going to need you guys to give me a minute and let me enter enemy territory for a little bit. Now, this is because I want to talk about, I don't know what to call it for real. It's in its own little group. It's like a fantasy genre, but really they're all the same because they all have the same target audience. It's the villainous, reincarnated, teleported into a novel type of genre series. We know who this is targeted towards, and it's not me. If you clicked on this video, you are aware of this genre. Now, would I call me a super fan? No, but I do indulge. I'll read everything and anything as long as it's interesting enough. And I can't lie, I did have an era where I did binge a couple back to back to back. I was hooked. But now time's moved on. But to look back on fun memories, why not talk about this genre? Why not attack you guys who enjoyed this and defend you guys at the same time? You know, it can't be too much pushing. So to start off with, we've got the way you guys make some of these concepts over and over again, thousands of times, and make me feel tricked, believing I'm reading something revolutionary. I have to honestly congratulate these authors. They are poets. They need awards. Unlike isekais, which some are isekais, don't get me wrong, or even game system genres. These guys are ahead of the curve. I don't know what the ingredient, the recipe is. Especially the Maroon guys, they're doing the worst. Somehow, I read chapter 1, I get flashbacks of 10 different ones. I feel like I've been here. I feel like I've been reincarnated myself, and I know the plot. Another positive I have is some of the villains in these shows. You're wondering who these villains are. You may be thinking, big bad guy, muscled out, big ass weapon, evil eyes. I don't know, but no, the real villains of this genre of books, manhwas, it's the maids. Don't get me started on these maids. I can't tell you if they're super duper glazers or they just bored, lazy, inhumane people. Let me give you an example. I'm currently reading one called Give Me a Pacifier. I know, crazy name. I don't know if I'm going to keep with it, but there are like 8 maids. Now, is it because they like the kid so much? No, it's because none of them want to take care of it. So they keep rotating out of all the maids that can't even be bothered to go into this room. But out of these 8 maids, they all decided together to ignore the baby. Now, I do not mean ignore as just, treating the child bad. I mean full on ignoring the child, not even entering the room. To the point that they don't even enter the room anymore. Lucky for us, the child is someone who's been reincarnated and uses magic, so she's just walking by herself anyway and collecting food herself. But if it was a normal kid, let's just say. So weeks go by, she gets no food. Now, you may ask, why do they do this? Are they gonna get a raise? You might think they're even gonna get adopted to the family the way they act sometimes. But they're doing this for the love of the game, just because the people who hired them happen to not like this specific person without even ordering these maids. You've been hired to take care of a child, but you hear that these guys don't like the child, so you say, fuck the child too. I don't know if it should be respected or not. You don't even know anything about them. I understand the maids who don't like, the villainess before they become good. I understand them maids hating the people who they're taking care of. But the kids, the reincarnation as a kid, that's crazy. What goes through my mind? Sure, the family might not like the kid. They still hired you. At least make sure the kid survives. That's the bare minimum of your job. Why are you trying to make the kid disappear like he on some drug show trying to hide the body? That is not your job. And I promise you, your reward is not worth all that, because you're not going to get a reward. Sorry, that got me emotional. But going back to it, I think it's funny. Yes, it's bad. But we are talking about a series where we weaponize maids. A genre, not even a series, genre where we weaponize maids. Every other one has a weaponized maid. And don't get me started on whatever they call the lead, like the head butler. It's mostly them conspiring this. So yes, it's funny. I've seen other one was where they tried to poison the prince for whatever reason. I don't know, because they are definitely not getting a raise. But the good side is, most of the time, there's one super loyal maid for the MC. That's a bright side. It just happens that with that one super loyal one, we have like 10 different ones who are trying to kill them. I just call these hoodlum activities because I don't know what you're doing. I'm pretty sure there's better things you could be doing with your time. So what I'm saying is, you better hope you have a good maid or it's GG. And that's all. Not all, but the positives I had, I think. But let me talk about what ruffles my feathers. What I believe is not only as a 9, but as a 10, maybe even as a 11. It's some of these male characters. Now, a manipulating guy, sure, cool. He's bad, yes, but hey, some of them are cool. Cheating guy, fuck, he cool too. He alright with me. He's funny sometimes, I find them funny because the way they're written. They got a pass with me. The hating relative, they're also cool. I'm fine with them. Are they annoying? Yes, but I'm cool with them. They can go. They can enter. Keep writing them. Even the love interest who make sure you don't forget they like the female lead. Not for me, but they're cool. They can come past. But the people I am not letting pass. It's these damn dark heads. 6 foot, 7 foot, 9 foot 10. I don't know how tall they are. Silent, nonchalant characters. I'm pretty sure you guys are fans. But me, ooh, don't let me get too close to one. I must start a fight. I will lose. But I'll fight them. Because these characters are mostly portrayed as the father or even the husband sometimes. Depends on what they want to focus on. These guys is like watching paint dry. And they all look the same. I would be honest with you. If there's one thing you can tell, that is these characters. They all look the same. Copy and paste. Paste and copy. I refuse to believe. I don't even know who wrote these characters. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was gonna say males, but I don't think male write this. Females, I don't think female authors would write this. I've seen female. I don't know. Let me not lie. But going back, the egregious acts they commit, to me, and the acts are doing nothing at all. Crazy. Now I say this because fuck these dads. Now I say this, but I fuck with the dad from Who Made Me a Princess. That guy had aura, and I'm all about aura. And I believe it was my first one I read, so it gets a pass there. And maybe because he doesn't have the dark hair too, and he does look like Gilgamesh, so he has a lot of things working for him that give him a pass. But everyone else, I don't care. If it's because you got some super disease, that's natural selection. I don't care that you have another child you like more but ends up betraying you. Again, natural selection. And this is specifically for the Turn Back Time series. Now, why do I hate so much on these creatures, these dumb guys? It's because everything they do can be solved with a little bit of communication. Opening your mouth, talking can help. But they don't like that. Like, imagine having the easy way out. I honestly believe they just need an extra 50 pages, 50 chapters of content, so that's why they keep their mouth shut. These guys are grown men who went through that character arc. They've met the love of their life. The love of their life probably died most of the time. They went on adventures. And you're telling me they don't know that communication is key? They are barons, harrods, kings, princes of their nation. And you're telling me they don't know how to talk? This is crazy to me, because when bad things happen around these guys, for instance, that daughter is somehow accused as a witch. Apparently everything's going wrong because of that daughter. Or what else? The daughter now is on the run because of some evil plot she was a part of. He's like, these guys are like, sure. The daughter I grew up and ignored for 18 years. Yeah, I believe it. They were part of this. They co-inspired these atrocities that have happened. I co-signed it, killed them on the spot. And if they did do such a thing, I wonder fucking why. I would have done the same. Bro, I need these guys to not be in these series anymore. That's the nicest way I can say it. When I read these shows, right? I try to find the humor in everything. I forgive anyone. I don't care what it is. And I mindlessly read them, so I forget most of the atrocities they do. I read them like, oh, you know what? I forgive you, you know. But now that I am writing this down and I have to like remember all these shows, man was Villainess, whatever. I'm really keen in what I was experiencing and what I was reading, you know, reflecting, sitting on my own thoughts. It's really deep down that these guys shouldn't be forgiven, and I hate them. But it's fun to watch. I'm hating on them, but it's funny to read. So keep going, actually. Ignore everything I said. Keep going. But at the same time, I have to share the blame because the MC is also to blame in some of these stories. Because I'm reading chapter 1 and I'm seeing your dad order a public execution. And you get back in time, you know, the best thing to do is instead of find out what really happened, maybe. And if you do, stop it and, you know, move on with your life. You know, try to find a way to escape. But 10 chapters later, I'm seeing one happy family. All the misunderstandings went out the way. I'm sorry. I don't care about no misunderstanding. If a misunderstanding gets me publicly executed, excuse me, I don't think I can forgive you. We forgiving these people a bit too easily. So, you know, the MC's to blame too. I'm sharing the blame. Everybody can get the blame. We got to stop having not as smart, emotionally, I think, characters teleported into other worlds. Because how you telling me you're reading a whole ass love novel, like story about romance and all that, and then when you get teleported in and you act all different, and now this guy starts to like you, you're like, who? There's no way. I'm a side character. You don't like me? Come on, let's be serious here. That's like another 30 chapters of my life gone. Can we just skip it? But that was a little tangent. We can ignore that one. Less important. Now, I've been mostly talking about the father figure ones, not really the husband, because I forgive them. I give them more lenience, even though I said I put them in the same category. Like, think of them like collateral damage, because some of them are the same, but they're not. They're meant to fill the same spots, because they're also annoying sometimes. Like I said before, like, oh my god, this immature bully that is my wife, that everybody knows is a villain or villainess, is trying to treat my little brother nicely. I think I'm in love. Where's the critical thinking, my guy? Maybe this is not the same person. That's why I like Developer Estate, whatever that's called. I just recently started reading that. And the butler guy, in 20 chapters, already has a theory that this might be a different person in a different body. Like, he doesn't know how, but at least he's thinking with his mind, using his head. Like, what are we talking about? We are not serious right now. Oh my god, she's treating me nice. I don't care. This is a different person. People don't change overnight. 1 second she's kicking puppies, and now your little brother is best friends. And she cooks Japanese food. Some food that you've never seen before. She cooks Korean food, I meant to say, because these are mostly Korean. To be fair, that isn't really the worst, but it's something. And also something about everyone talking about these guys. Oh my god, the Duke is such a cold-hearted swordsman strategist with black eyes. Don't forget the color of his eyes. They mean something. But then when we meet them, they are the dumbest. And I mean the dumbest people in the show. I don't know if that's my opinion only, if it's a hot take, or it's just been the ones I've read. But I think these guys are dumb. How is this 25-year-old Korean girl that works in accountant figuring out how to fix issues that you, a duke who's grew up in this land for over 20 years, went to school, fought dragons maybe, don't know how to fix? Someone was nerfed in the creation of these books, and I promise on you guys, if I see one more plot of that original heroine of the story is actually evil, an evil mastermind that plotted everything to get here, I'm going to crash out. It's not every day I need, oh my god, the villainess is actually not the villainess. She's been painted out to be the bad person, and the heroine is actually the evil person who's done meticulous things to get to the point she is. What happened to true love, man? A good person. What happened to that? You know when you see a plot twist so much as the twist is now the plot? It's no longer a plot twist. We're twisting the plot to make it good. Or bad for me. Oh, I forgot. I need to use the sandwich method. I need to say something nice so I don't sound like I'm hating on this genre because I'm a fan. I appreciate you guys. It was a good era of my life. Let me shout out some of the ones that I'm definitely not up to date with, but hey, we're good. When I was reading Your Throne, I loved Media. That was my girl there. Also, who else was there? The Prince. He was funny. I liked the whole plot thing. Cheating on Media, they're marrying the blonde girl just to kill her, to get her powers. The whole plot was funny. I Shall Master This Family. That was also good. That was like an interesting one. I enjoyed that one. And finally, Villainess and Destined to Die. It was cool. I haven't read it for a long time, so I don't have much to say on it. But I might have to pick it back up. But I like the art. The art was definitely something. And that's about it. I can't remember much of it. And I'm going to end up with, you guys need to learn that the show doesn't have to be 100 chapters longer than it needs to be. I don't know why they're still going. When I was reading some of these ones, I thought they were going to finish it like in 50 chapters. Just to find out years later, they're still going. This is not One Piece. Not everything needs to be that long. I promise you.